We all know Brock is the first gym leader trainers go up against in their Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green playthroughs, and Lance is respectively the final Elite Four member, but what if we reverse that entire order? What kind of chaos and absolute mayhem would we unleash if every single boss fight in Kanto was reversed? Who would be the champion of this twisted lineup? Well, grab a seat, get cozy, and let's find out. Starting with Lance, the Dragon-type gym leader. Just imagine picking up your adorable little starter Pokemon only to find out all of them are resisted by the first gym leader. Oh, and if you thought that was bad, remember that the first gym leader typically has at least 2 Pokemon. And well, there's only one Dragon-type Pokemon line in the Kanto region. Not to worry though, as we all know, the Generation 1 games and the remakes like to cheat. So we'll just go ahead and give Lance a level 14 Dragonair and call it a day. Reasoning? Well, this guy. We all remember that Team Rocket member in Mount Moon with the under-leveled, fully evolved Raticate with Hyper Fang? Yeah, I hated that NPC. So this isn't too far-fetched. No objections? Awesome. Now, moving on. If you're lucky enough to overcome the first gym, then you get to go up against Agatha. And she's got 2 Pokemon and can finally be classified as a Ghost-type specialist. Who would have thought? However, going up against 2 Ghost types, no matter what their levels are this early in the game, is another huge hurdle. That and the fact that her Ace Haunter is an absolute menace to society makes Agatha probably one of the most challenging second gym leaders in the game. So move over, Gardenia. There's a new sheriff in town. Speaking of sheriff, next up is Bruno, and it has nothing to do with sheriffs. The third gym leader in this lineup, and this is where things start to deviate just a bit. His lead is a Machop, which seems pretty normal. However, Bruno has 2 ace Pokemon, a Hitmonchan and a Hitmonlee, so you better come prepared or else you're gonna catch these hands and feet apparently. But I think this change makes Bruno finally a bit more challenging, being the third gym leader instead of a member of the Elite Four, which is actually kind of funny. Well, maybe that's just me. Next up is your 4th gym leader, and that's Lorelei. Ice has always been a pretty easy type to overcome and punish. However, being situated right in the middle of a gym leader challenge gives Lorelei a chilling advantage. Hey, I made a pun. Her team consists of a Seal, Jinx, and her ace Cloyster, which covers some solid offensive and defensive options. However, this can also be quite a threat with Shell Smashes and Lovely Kisses, giving many trainers quite the challenge. 4 down, and we got 4 more gym leaders to go. And the next up is the big baddie himself, Giovanni. However, for plot, I was thinking Giovanni would present himself as a good guy and gives you some solid advice when battling him as a gym leader. And every time you go up against him as the Rocket leader, he would be wearing a sort of mask to disguise himself, only revealing himself in the final battle when you're like,
oh my god, it's Giovanni. Oh no, who would have thought? Who would have known that the 5th gym leader is in fact the big baddie?
I don't know, it could be a horrible idea. Anyway, his team is one of my favorites because it's simple yet gets the job done. He has a Dugtrio, both Nidoking and Nidoqueen, and his ace Rhydon. Now, yes, I know, we could have given him a Rhyperior, but I'm just gonna stick to the Pokemon introduced in the Generation 3 games. If it bothers you, just pretend it's their evolutions instead and we'll call it a day. Okay, awesome? Moving on. As for his Rocket team, I think it'd be neat if we ran a normal type Pokemon only special, Pokemon like Kangaskhan, Persian, Tauros, and Snorlax. But I don't know, what do you think? I think it would make for quite a challenge. Beat him and you get to move on to Blaine, which kind of stays the same, just drops down 1 position from 7th to 6th gym leader. However, his team is surprisingly so much better in this version with a Ninetales, Magmar, Arcanine, and his ace Rapidash. Yeah, I know, Magmar should have been his ace, but levels, man, levels. Rapidash would need to be his ace in order to be legal, or else he's a cheater, just like Lance. Next up is the Psychic Queen herself, Sabrina, as the 7th gym leader, and man, did she get tougher. Same team pretty much, except we're swapping out her Venomoth for a Hypno, and her levels are so much higher. Good luck getting through this one because her Alakazam is still an absolute unit, like geez. But if you somehow miraculously do get past her, then you get to go up against the last and final gym leader, and that's Master Koga and his poison types, which kind of just gave me the idea of making him the Rocket leader, but I feel like that might make things a bit too complicated. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway, his team would be a Muck, Venomoth, Tentacruel, which, let's be honest, why didn't he have this thing to begin with? You can literally find them on the Bay of Fuchsia City. Oh, and then his final 2 Pokemon would be be an Arbok and a Weezing. So like the whole rocket reference would totally make sense, but I don't know. Anyway, that's the gym leaders, and now we've got to check out the Elite Four. But before we do that, how about you check out that subscribe button? Oh yeah, you like that? Go ahead, join the crew. We make tons of these types of videos, and well, I would love to hit 50K in the year 2024. So thank you so much for helping me with that goal. Okay, enough plugging myself. Onto the Indigo Plateau. First up is the Master Gardener herself, Erica, and her team of grass types, which consists of Tangela, Parasect, Executor, Victory Bell, and Vileplume. Again, some of you might be irked that it isn't a Tangrowth, but like, work with me here. We're trying to follow a theme. Just use your imagination. Now, Erica is just like she was before, but way more annoying, with all her Pokemon being able to inflict some sort of status affliction, plus her Parasect knows the ability Effect Spore, making her a very annoying, challenging opening contender. So be sure to bring some full heals for this one. Next up is the war hero himself, Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, kind of crazy, isn't it? Pokemon, a kid's game, had a war, and they just casually mention it and don't ever even talk about it like it's nothing. Like, can you imagine the amount of casualties? Anyway, being a decorated hero, he's obviously got a spot on the Elite Four, and his team of 2 Electrodes, Magneton, Electabuzz, and his trusty Raichu. Yeah, I know he's got double Pokemon, but like, so do a bunch of other Elite Four members in the game. So again, work with me here, stop. With this team, you can expect a ton of explosive moves and electrifying strategies. Oh yeah, baby, I'm on fire. And not even this next Elite Four can put out my flames. We've got Misty, and honestly, she's pretty tough with her water-type Pokemon team being only weak to 2 types, and her lead being a Seeking, having the ability Lightning Rod makes her an extremely formidable challenge. She's also got Golduck, Poliwrath, Gyarados, and her ace Starmie to wash up any potential challengers. But let's just pretend that you managed to get across all of them, beat them single-handedly, and now you're up against the final Elite Four member, and that'd be my man Brock, and he's finally has a shirt on, and a full team of Rocky Beasts. Leading the charge is his trusty Golem, 3 of the regional fossil Pokemon, which, let's be honest, makes a ton of sense, and his ace is none other than Onix. Okay, fine, we'll evolve him into Steelix. There, you guys happy now? And that's it for the Elite Four. But you didn't think we were done, did you? Nope, now you gotta go up against the champion, and that's none other than Professor Oak. Wouldn't it be something if the regional professor was your actual final challenge? I mean, it would kind of make total sense, and his team does as well. You would have a Tauros, Kangaskhan, and a Dragonite, since these Pokemon have been shown to be a part of Oak's team at one point or another. And for his final 3 Pokemon, it's none other than the regional starters, Venusaur, Charizard, and the Turtle, who's still not part Steel type. But what do you guys think? I think this would make for a pretty neat new challenge. Who knows? Maybe even a pretty neat ROM hack. Say woo! Thanks for watching. Check out this video next and see you soon. Bye.